To make this full screen very quickly. Great. So hello and welcome to the virtual EP at home platform that we will be using. This is Maria from the EPA. I'm here to help and also here to show you a quick demo on how to use the platform. So for those of you who are new to the EP at home events or EPA in general, these would normally take place on the first Tuesday of every month at the Fable Bar and Restaurant in central London. We bring together our members and their guests to network and enjoy a couple of drinks over the course of a couple of hours. This is obviously quite different to the Fable, but it's still an opportunity for you to network, meet new members and guests, or just generally catch up with some old faces. As I said, the purpose of the video is to quickly show you how to navigate yourself around the virtual platform, but first things first, I would just like to mention a couple of things. Using Google Chrome is the best and most recommended web browser. Unfortunately, web browsers like Internet Explorer or Firefox have a few issues with the sound quality and control, so please do log on using Google Chrome. This will give you the optimum experience. Secondly, this is a networking event, so although we don't expect you to be suited and booted, your camera and your microphone will be turned on, so just something to bear in mind. Once you log on, this video will pop up again as a refresher. You can watch it if you like again, or you can just press proceed to enter the event. And then once this is all complete, someone will from the EPA team will come on just to briefly say hello and let you know where they are in the event. Great, so the whole idea is to treat the event like a virtual speed networking, so feel free to jump from table to table and meet new guests and network. Just so you're aware, we can't lock a table, so you can't stop someone from coming onto the table, but what we have done is created 2 floors which will be dedicated for one-to-one conversations. So if you're finding it, you need to speak to someone one-to-one, there's 2 floors dedicated to that, which we've highlighted in the joining instructions email. I will remind you of that once we log on to the event as well. Right, so here we go. Top left-hand corner, you will notice 3 black lines. These are just your settings, so it's just great to check your camera, microphone, and speaker are all linked up to the correct one. It's also a great way to upload your profile information, which I would highly recommend doing either before you jump onto a table or just in general. It would be good to have your photo and your details ready. This is a demo account, so I just quickly added a photo and my details here. And another thing you can do is connect to your LinkedIn profile, which is pretty good because then you can, it directly links to the person's profile. So just as an example, this is me again, but as an organizer account. So if I click on my name, it gives me my details. So you can see who is at the event on the tables, and then you can connect to their LinkedIn. Right. Top left-hand corner is just a video. It could be any video I'm not going to play it, but it would most likely be this video as a tutorial, just as a refresher. This is the stage, and this is the agenda here. So if you hover over it, you'll be able to see the full agenda. For the purpose of the demo, I just wrote up something very quickly. In and around the entire floor plan, you'll notice these 4 lounge sort of areas. The left-hand side ones are dedicated to the sponsor of the event. So if you would like to speak to the sponsor or find out a bit more information, just click on the banner and there should be a video or a photo and then a call to action button. So feel free to do that or to simply double click and enter into the lounge to speak to the sponsor. On the right hand side, this is where our EPA staff will be. So if you have any issues or questions, feel free to quickly jump in here and me or a member of my team can assist you and help out. Right, along the left-hand side here, you will notice the floor. So as I mentioned previously, there's 2 floors dedicated to one-to-one networking. So if you find yourself having a conversation you'd like to take outside, I'd recommend going to one of those 2 floors. A way of doing that is just simply clicking on, and it will prompt you to press yes, go to another floor. So as you can see, it populates you on the first table there, and you'll easily be able to see where the other guest is, or alternatively, send them a quick message on a private chat to let them know which table you're on the other floor. Perfect. Almost there. Along the bottom here, these are your panel items, so I can turn my camera on and off. So I've just turned it on so that you can see, and you can press tile view, which then expands it. So if you have several other people on the table, then you can also press tile view to expand them. But I'd recommend keeping it on map view just so you can see who else is at the event. I'm just going to turn my camera off so I'm not looking at myself. Another way to see who's at the event, so one way is just to click on someone's avatar, as I mentioned, or another way is to quickly run into the chat function, and it will pre-populate all the names here. You can either press on them privately to chat. You can press on the general chat, which will go to everyone, or the table chat, which is specific to your table. You can also share your screen like you would do on a Zoom call, pretty self-explanatory. You can also use the whiteboard function. I'm not going to go into that because I don't think it's something we'll be using, but it's just somewhere where you can draw or highlight items. Another thing to note is if you do want to go to another table, so let's say I want to jump to table 3, you just double click on one of the seats and it will move you to that table, for example. Oops, there you go. Or let's say you wanted to speak to me in the EPA lounge. Again, you would do the same thing and it will jump you to there. I think I've covered everything. You can zoom in and out to see the floor plan more clearly. The only other thing I'd mention is, this is a networking space. So if you do want to have a very private conversation, I would take that offline just because someone can jump into your table. But hopefully we'll eliminate that aspect once we go to the other 2 floors dedicated for the one-to-one. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop the demo now, but as I said, if you do have any questions on the day, just come visit us in the EPA lounge and we'll be able to help you out. Great. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you have a great event.